Sorry to also have you shoulder the grievances of the world. Since you could endure my bitter cold, you must have the desire to burn. Then burn away the old world for me.
This is the description of the Cryo Gemstone, the Shivara Jade Gemstone. Previously we had discussed in length about the Pyro Gemstone and about who or what its description could be referring to. Now, way before the events of the 5.3 Archon quest, I had made a speculative video stating that the Pyro Gemstone's description could be about Ronova and Capitano, and that the captain's final plan could involve his sacrifice to save Natlan. Interestingly, this came true. So this made me wonder if the Cryo Gemstone's description might also be foreshadowing the events of Snezhnaya's Archon quest, just like how the Pyro Gemstone did. And you know what? It might not have only hinted at Snezhnaya's Archon quest, but might have even revealed the Tsaritsa's plan to destroy Teyvat. Okay, so first of all, who is the person speaking in the Cryo Gemstone's description? Now this part is easy. From all the previous gemstones so far, we now know that their descriptions are either dialogues directly said by the respective Archons or something pertaining to them. So clearly the Cryo Gemstone's description is being said by the Cryo Archon herself. But the real question is, who is she speaking these lines to? Now this part is tough, and there are actually 3 possibilities. To get a better idea on who the Tsaritsa could be talking to, I decided to check out the Chinese description of the Cryo Gemstone, and you won't believe what I found. While there are not many differences from the official in-game English description, the first line in Chinese translates to, "I'm sorry for making you and I bear the grief of the whole world together." And the second line in Chinese translates to, "Since you can endure my bitter cold, you must have burning desires in your heart, right?" Now this clearly means that the Tsaritsa is actually talking to Bernice White. Never mind, bad joke. The first person being talked to in the Cryo Gemstone is actually you. And it's not just the Cryo Gemstone, but all these other gemstones are talking to you and telling you to come try these new heroes in this game, which has millions of players worldwide, AAA graphics, cross-platform accessibility, and endless content. This game is Raid Shadow Legends. I know starting off any new game can be challenging and tedious, but not if you play using my link in the description below, because new players who use my link get the epic hero Grizzled Jarl at level 1 itself and the epic hero Zargala when you hit level 15. Moreover, you can get the legendary hero Sun Wukong by just using the promo code Monkey King, and also get the legendary hero Alice the Wanderer by simply logging into the game for a whole week. And apart from Alice, you can also get these 4 other legendary heroes by playing the new global event Alice's Adventurer. Seems like there's no better time than now to start playing Raid. So come find me in game under Genshin Bane and join my clan Bane Bros, and let's check out all these super cool heroes together. Okay, so number 1, the Tsaritsa could be talking to the Fetui. Since the word you could be either singular or plural, the Tsaritsa could be saying these lines to the Fetui as a whole. The first line could be talking about how the Fetui shares the same goals as the Tsaritsa. And in the second line, bitter cold could literally be referring to the harsh weather of Snezhnaya, or could be metaphorically referring to the Tsaritsa's hatred, and desire to burn could be referring to desire for revenge. This makes sense because the Fetui must be sharing the same goals as the Tsaritsa and are now doing her bidding, which is searching for the 7 Gnosis. Taking the Gnosis off of the Archons could signify the end of their old rule, paving the way for new order, which could be what burn away the old world means. Number 2, since you could also be singular, the Tsaritsa might be saying these lines to just one person as well, and that person could be the Traveler. Now the reason for such a speculation actually stems from an older video regarding the Fetui chessboard. In that video I had speculated that while the Tsaritsas or the Fetui's goal is to acquire the Gnosis from every single nation, In Snezhnaya, because they already have the Cryognosis in their possession, their goal could be to acquire the Traveler. Now, since all 7 Gnosis are actually remains of the 3rd Descender, thinking that the Tsaritsa would also want to acquire the power of the Traveler, who is the 4th Descender, wouldn't actually seem too far-fetched. In that video, I had also used this particular point to come to the conclusion that all 7 Gnosis could be chess pieces belonging to the same chess set, with the Traveler being the king piece. So if the description of the Cryo Gemstone actually features a dialogue said by the Tsaritsa to the Traveler, then it could be possible that the Snezhnayan Archon quest probably revolves around the Traveler siding with the Fatui and also sharing the same ideals as the Tsaritsa. If that's the case, then the bitter cold in the second line could either be referring to the Traveler sharing the Tsaritsa's hatred against the heavenly principles, or it could even be referring to the Traveler's cryo powers. And given that Canotilla describes the Traveler as a monster who could swallow a whole world in just one bite, burn the old world for me seems like a dialogue fitting to be said to the Traveler. And number 3, the Tsaritsa is actually saying these lines to Pierro. The main reason why the Cryo Gemstone's description could be the Tsaritsa's dialogue to Pierro is because of the Tevat chapter storyline preview. The Latin script under Snezhnaya's teaser reads as Ducam, Regina Mia, Gloria Hod Pluribus Impar, which translates to Let me lead my queen to unmatched glory. Now the only person who would say something like that is definitely Pierro, because Pierro's loyalty to the Tsaritsa is true and he has been the one doing her bidding so far. Moreover, it wouldn't make sense for the Fatui, a plural identity, to refer to themselves as me, or for the Traveler to refer to the Tsaritsa as my queen. So just like how the Latin script under Natlan's teaser hinted at Capitano, maybe the Latin script under Snezhnaya's teaser refers to Pierro. Also, the fact that in the Harbinger trailer, Pierro says that Rosaline's final resting place will be the entirety of the old world adds more strength to this possibility. But then what exactly does the Cryo Gemstone tell us about the Tsaritsa's plan? To find out, let's take a look at the gemstones once again. We can see that all the gemstones have been named after the respective gods of Hindu mythology except for the Electro and Cryo Gemstone. The Electro Gemstone's name Vajrada refers to the lightning weapon Vajrayudha of Lord Indra, the king of gods, and the Cryo Gemstone's name Shivada refers to Lord Shiva, who is one of the 3 supreme gods in Hinduism. Also, all the Hindu gods have been represented by the respective archons in one way or another, like how A is a manifestation of lightning like the Vajrayudha, and like how there have been multiple Pyro archons, just like how there have been multiple gods of fire or Agnis in Hindu mythology. So this means that the Tsaritsa or the Cryo Archon should be representative of Lord Shiva in some way. And you know what? She most definitely is. Now Lord Shiva is also called the Destroyer because at the end of Brahma's lifetime, who is the creator of the universe, Lord Shiva is said to burn away the gods, the demons, the humans, and even the entire universe. After burning the cosmic egg of the universe, Lord Shiva is said to return to his blissful form while the universe gets reborn, marking the beginning of a new cycle. This is very similar to Ragnarok, an event in Norse mythology signifying the end of the universe when the fire giant Surtur uses his sword Surtalogi to burn Yggdrasil or the World Tree. Given the fact that we saw Dottore burning the Irminsul only in the Harbinger trailer and not in the game, implies that this is part of a future event in the story, an event where the Tsaritsa, just like Lord Shiva, destroys the universe, or in this case Tevat, by causing Ragnarok, by burning the Irminsul, by burning the old world away. This could be what Pierro was mentioning in the Harbinger trailer as well.
Rosaline, I promise you, your final resting place will be the entirety of the old world.
Which is going to be burned to ashes just like she was. Now in my previous video we had discussed what Krai has to do with the Tsaritsa's plan of Ragnarok. The preceding event of Ragnarok is called Fimbulwinter, where the entire world freezes over to prepare for the upcoming Ragnarok. Given the fact that according to Helka, more than one Harbinger has arrived in Krai, made me speculate that Genshin's version of Fimbulwinter probably has something to do with Krai and its mysterious power. And I had also speculated that this power could be that of the Frost Moon, one of the Moon Sisters, which seems like a power strong enough to be able to throw all of Teyvat into an everlasting winter. It is also possible that this Fimbulwinter could be what is called Project Stusha in-game. Now before ending the video, there is one more important thing. In Norse mythology, Fimbulwinter is actually triggered by the death of Baldur, who is considered to be the god of light. The absence of the god of light, who was also considered as the sun, was said to usher in harsh cold winters that resulted in Fimbulwinter. So this made me wonder if this might be the case in Genshin too. What if Fimbulwinter might only get triggered after the death of somebody? What if the death of Genshin's god of light is what is needed to actually trigger Fimbulwinter or Project Stusha? But there really isn't a god of light in Genshin now, is there? If you think about it, there is the Sun Chariot, which fell into the chasm when the Moon Sisters died, but then went back into the sky during the Archon War. Destroying the sun should probably throw Teyvat into a never-ending winter, but that kinda sounds far-fetched. Then there's Zhongli, who is often described as the sun and even speculated to be from Celestia. Maybe killing Zhongli should be able to trigger Fimbulwinter. But that doesn't make any sense now, does it? But then what about the Traveler? Both Aether and Lumine have been shown to possess powers speculated to be that of light, and in Greek mythology, Aether literally is the god of light, while Lumine literally also means light. And if you think about it, while the Tsaritsa's plan could be to create Ragnarok and destroy Teyvat, the Traveler still might try to save the world. If that's the case, then before trying to burn the Irminsul and cause Ragnarok to destroy Teyvat, the Tsaritsa's plan could be to trigger Fimbulwinter. The Tsaritsa's plan could be to kill the god of light like Baldur in Norse mythology. The Tsaritsa's plan could be to kill the Traveler. So that is how the Cryo Gemstone might have spoiled Snezhnaya's Archon quest, as well as the Tsaritsa's plan to destroy the world of Teyvat. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you Raid Shadow Legends for supporting this video. Don't forget to scan my QR code or use the link in my description to get all your new heroes right now. On another note, I just wanted to thank you guys for supporting and watching my videos for such a long time now. This might actually be my last video for quite some time, and I wanted to say that I'm really gonna miss you guys, and I hope that I can get back to making videos as soon as possible. So a big thank you to each and every one of you once again, and hopefully I'll get to see you all soon in the next video. Bye bye.